Hello. In this demonstration, we will look at ExtraHop and AppDynamics working together to speed time of resolution for complicated application stack issues. Let's take a look at how the AppDynamics and ExtraHop solution works. Investigating and analyzing by combining wire data and agent data and back again is accomplished through ExtraHop application inspection triggers and AppDynamics cookies. We will look at both of these in depth in this demonstration. By combining the AppDynamics end-user cookie along with ExtraHop's ability to trace this cookie through every piece of the network, we are able to not only introspect through systems where agents cannot typically work, such as proxies, routers, switches, and load balancers, but we're able to correlate information from ExtraHop on storage, authentication, databases, along with AppDynamics introspection into those same systems to bring the fastest time of resolution possible. Let's take a look at a demonstration. In this demonstration, we see that we have been alerted by our monitoring system that the web tier is experiencing a slowdown. We see a critical warning and some increase in response times. Let's take a look at this in the AppDynamics dashboard. We see that there has been a slowdown in response times within the last hour. Let's take a look at the metric browser. We can see that ExtraHop is actually sending application delivery controller response times, firewall response times, and router response times. In this case, the router and the firewall seem to be nominal, whereas the application delivery controller has spikes in response times over the last hour. Let's go into the ExtraHop dashboard. Within the ExtraHop user interface, we've created a custom dashboard for our e-commerce application. We can see that in the Seattle data center, there is a correlated spike within the application delivery controller as well. Response time has gone from 9.7 microseconds up to now over 700. This correlates with the time on the AppDynamics system. The firewall as well as the router are performing nominally. By looking at the ExtraHop dashboard, we can see that the end user experience as measured in total round trip time has been impacted. Whereas user requests were taking a total round trip time of 145 milliseconds, they are now well above that, approaching almost 700 to 800 milliseconds each. Through the ExtraHop dashboard, we can look at some immediate information about the environment. Primarily, we are measuring right now web server response times and errors, and we see that there have been no significant spikes in the web server itself. We can also see that database errors have not been significant, with just a handful of errors and no recent spike. Similarly, looking at wire data from storage indicates that read and write activity has been nominal during the period of this issue. We can also look at a number of other pieces of information on the network, such as the flow of bytes through the application delivery controller, the routers, and firewalls. They all seem to be nominal through our charts over the last several hours. We do, however, see a spike in the application delivery controller round trip time, and we have seen some receive window issues. These result in user delays as well as potentially website stalls, but we have not seen any of those. Armed with this information, we can investigate the load balancer. So what are the components of this integration? There's basically four pieces. The application flow definition that goes into the trigger, the end user experience header, and then a small interface that translates ExtraHop syslog messages to the AppDynamics REST interface. Well, on the ExtraHop side, a cookie analysis trigger is actually looking at the traffic through the systems from end to end. We can see here that we have defined a topology for this application, the internet, firewall, and DMZ segments. We are looking at the end user experience cookie provided by AppDynamics. The AppDynamics cookie is inserted using the end user experience function of the AppDynamics system. Experience allows for both user usage statistics as well as the insertion of that cookie. Let's take a look at what this looks like in the browser. In this example, our sample e-commerce application that has been having a problem is being instrumented by AppDynamics. We can see that in the cookies, an individual GUID is inserted for every object within the page. It is the ExtraHop application inspection trigger that is keying off this GUID and recording transit times for each individual object, and of course that relates to an individual user transaction. The root cause of the issue was determined to be a policy change on the application delivery controller. Rolling back the change resolved the issue. Let's take a look at the dashboard now. We can see that rolling back the change has resolved the issue, and user experience time is now back to normal.